And we're back.
We go from tired to 100 like that.
We should have recorded the beginning so people could hear how miserable I sounded before. No,
we're yawning and wiping our eyes. Okay, we should probably do this shit.
But you know, when it's on the wax,
yeah,
we got to
bring it.
Put a song and dance on. The people demand it. So.
That's right.
No, here we go. Yeah, gotta be honest with the listeners. A little hungover today. We had a little cocktail party with my wife's cousin and her friends, and strong cocktails. So I am, but it's weird being hungover as a parent because that kid just gets up at the same time.
That's
She's like,
frustrating.
she was not involved. She's like, what is the problem? Let's 7:30.
I didn't get after it last night.
Right. She didn't. She did have Indian food for the first time. It's so funny. This kid has had more foods, like variety, by 9 months than I had by like 25. I swear to God. But yeah, man. But we're here. We're doing it. We're back.
We're here. We're here for the fans. That's what we do.
I want to hear about the concert you went to by yourself.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot to talk about that. That's right.
Yeah.
It was. So I went to. Is that embarrassing? Right before this, like a half an hour ago, my buddy Connor called. He lives in Chicago. It was the Chicago concert, Highland Park, and it's Counting Crows. It's my first time seeing them since he cut his dreads off. I was a little nervous, if I'm being honest with you. It was at least my 20th time. I have a list in my phone of how many times I've seen them, and I can only think of 20. So I'm probably missing some.
Were they still good, or was he?
Yeah.
Oh, so the dreads were inside of him all along. He didn't need those dreads.
That's right. It only took him 30 years to discover that as a 60-year-old man, he can cut his dreads.
Man, those must have been so smelly.
Well, okay, this could be one of our discussion points actually, but it's not his actual hair. They were originally his dreads, and then they're just extensions. But he's open about it. He's like, whatever, I like them. It's not my hair.
Yeah.
Because
that's fine.
Every tour they'd have different. He'd have different. It would look different.
Does he get any blow? Because he's a white guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like all the way white? Like he's 100% white guy? No.
I think, yeah.
I just was asking because does he get any blowback?
The appropriation?
Yes.
Not that I have, not publicly, not that I've read about.
I think if you just rock the look long enough, people, it's like if, tomorrow Ben Affleck showed up with like Jamaican beads and dreadlocks in his hair, everyone would go crazy and say that's cultural appropriation. But if you just have it for a long enough time, then you kind of can move past it. I think.
If you walk into the public eye with it,
right,
it's just a part of you.
It's a little different.
So he called me. So Connor called and was like, "Hey, how?" Because I asked him a long time ago. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" August, whatever, 19th or whatever day it was. He was like, Counting Crows are going to be in Chicago. And he just wrote back, I'll be washing my hair that day. So I was like, all right. Not a fan. Okay, that's fair.
Wow.
So then when I was driving there by myself, I stopped at Portillo's. And I took a picture of it because I always send him a picture of it when I go to Portillo's. And he's like, where are you? And I was like, Chicago. And I was like, are you done washing your hair yet? And I sent him a screenshot of his text. But he just called me and he was like, so who did you go to the concert with? And I was like, I went by myself. He was like, I would have gone with you if I knew you were going by yourself. I was like, I don't need your pity.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drag anyone to Counting Crows against their will.
I would rather go by myself than have to go and then be with the eye roll guy the whole time and like someone not enjoying it. Yeah.
But it was great. It was actually it was probably the worst venue I've ever seen a concert at. It's called Ravinia. It's in Highland Park, and it's like it's great if you want to do a picnic. You can bring your own chairs, you can bring your own food, wine, whatever.
Yeah.
But so there's like a little tiny bowl, and then the stage is at the bottom of the bowl, and the bowl is like underground It's hard to describe, but like the whole land is just people picnicking. You can't see the stage if you have lawn seats unless you paid for a seat in the bowl. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you were just watching the jumbotron.
Well, I just bought a lawn seat and I was like, what the hell is this? So I just left my chair and went and stood in the back of the bowl, like behind the railing, behind the seat. So I did watch the show,
Oh, okay.
but it was
That's
like,
so weird.
yeah, it was so dumb.
Uh, yeah. Every concert I've been, one time. So I've been to like 2 concerts in my life. The
Oh my.
I went to Black Eyed Peas that time I had at a festival that I was at, so I got to see them
Yeah.
for free. And then I bought Heidi tickets to Beyonce when she was playing Dodger Stadium.
Ooh, I bet that was good.
But that was, I mean, it was because I paid money. I mean, they were like, I thought they were like good seats because they were like expensive, but unless you were on the field, I feel like you might as well be watching it on YouTube, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you get the energy and some of that, and I think it was, you know, she had fun and I had a good time, but it was like I don't know, man. I think with concerts, you if you're going to spend any money, spend all the money and just get
Yeah.
as close as you can. Cuz if you're going to spend like $18 on a beer and $50 on a t-shirt and $100 on a seat, you might as well spend like $300 on a seat. That's my theory
Yeah. Yeah. No.
going forward. But I also have been to 2 concerts in my life, so I'm not exactly an expert on the subject.
I don't know if I'd be hard pressed to find someone that has been to less concerts than you in their life.
Well, yeah, because that always my friend Brant, who's been on the show, that always blew his mind because at that time I was like, I've never like really been to just a concert like that wasn't a festival that I got like a pass to get into,
Yeah.
and so we tried to see God, who was it? Was it Alabama Shakes? It might have been Alabama Shakes,
Okay.
and they were just blowing up. They were on TV or something the night before, and they were in L.A. at a small venue in Hollywood. And so he was like, "I'm taking you to Alabama Shakes," and we didn't have tickets or anything. But he's very cocky. He's like, "We'll get in. I'll scalp tickets or talk to whatever. We'll get tickets." So I go. We get we get beers at we can walk from our apartment. And we get beers at the 7-Eleven, and we're walking there drinking beers. Like it's like fun. I felt like back in high school or something, you know.
Yeah.
And so on the way, we're drinking these beers, and we get the cops stop us and like, you can't drink in public, you know, and made us like pour out the beers. It was very embarrassing. And then we get to the venue. The concert was the night before. So
Oh
we had the wrong night. So that was my cool Alabama Shakes Hollywood story.
Wow, Brant Tobler, the guy to know. The
He
guy
hooked
to
it up.
know.
He hooked it up. He had my beard poured out by a police officer, and we walked. I think we probably got Chipotle. Is probably how that story ended.
Oh wow.
Like all my other stories. But yeah.
That is
So,
funny.
did you make any friends at the
Well,
concert?
when I actually,
was there a single section?
No, there was not. It was all 50, 60-year-old people.
Have you ever been like? One time I was working a cruise and they put me in the singles cabins. You know, there's like passenger cabins are very small. They're made for people traveling solo. So they're like studio, like even smaller than like what a small cruise ship cabin is. And
Okay.
but there's a common area to those. And then they have the single cruisers meetup in the common area. And because I would go there because they had good coffee machines and there and stuff. So I would go there and get coffee in the morning when I was staying in this room. And I walked in on the singles cruisers group. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life because all these people, they're like sitting around, and it's an opportunity. I actually admire people who go on a cruise by themselves,
Yeah.
because it takes a lot of guts. But all they do is sit around and they talk about what's wrong with this ship compared to the other ships and the other cruise lines, and they're all like have their own blogs where they rate everything, like, oh, last time I've been on this run 15 times and last time it. So anyway,
So it's a bunch of nerds.
bunch of nerds, bunch of cruise
oh.
nerds. But that wasn't you didn't find a group like that at the concert.
No, I didn't. I was too cool for them. No, I just stood there. I just stood at the back of the thing, watched. I had the huge jumbotron right in front of me, and then the actual stage, way down there. so I could see what I wanted to see up close, but I could also see the stage because I
Yeah.
just abandoned my chair. But yeah, so it was fine.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I
There you
was.
go. Having fun. Good job, big guy.
Thank you. It
I
was.
don't
It was
feel.
what 2.5, 3 hours to get there, and then 3 hours to get home, and then I had to fly. I had a 5:30 flight to Tucson the next morning.
Oh my god.
So I was kind of like that was kind of in my head the whole concert. I couldn't really, I couldn't
Oh
get drunk
yeah.
because I'm driving 3 hours, and I knew I'm gonna be tired as shit in the morning. So
So you probably weren't drinking or anything either.
I know I didn't drink. I didn't drink at all. Yeah, I was kind of. I just went for the music, man. I'm all about the music.
Just about the
Yeah,
music.
just the sweet, sweet Counting Crows, baby.
We should start a single concert goers club. People just go to concerts by themselves, don't drink, take notes.
I did take notes. How nerdy am I? I'll show you.
You
I
took
don't know what it is.
notes?
But I didn't take. I always write down the set list like in the notes section of my phone, so that I
Oh.
can compare. Because I'm on Counting Crows dork boards on Facebook and shit. It's fun.
So you tell them like what they missed. You like this is what they played. You report back.
No, no, I don't, because I don't care about telling other people. So I just do that for my personal, and then like if I miss something, I'll compare it with what someone else posted. But
so
sometimes
you can
I'll,
get the accurate set list.
yeah. Hey, that's bullshit. They didn't play Anna Begins. They played that after time and time again, dork.
You know what I know for sure? Nobody does that for comedians. There's nobody who goes and sees like, Jerry Seinfeld and writes down the jokes he told and compares them.
Yeah. You never look down during your set and see someone jot down free little libraries.
Yeah, they're just like trying to take a picture of your notebook, your set list.
Yeah. They did have, what was funny is they would, because they have all the cameras, so they would show like an overview of of Charlie the piano guy, and he had the set list right here. And so I was like, oh, I know what's coming up. I can see
Oh,
the next two songs. And then the next time they cut to him, he had a towel over the set list. And then like between songs, you'd see him like move the towel to read it. So someone must have told him, hey, you need to cover that up.
You're blowing the big finale.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But it
Well,
was fun.
this is inspiring me to go to a real concert.
Yeah, I don't know if I
Awesome.
recommend doing it by yourself. I don't know if I'd recommend going to a concert by
No,
yourself.
I would never. I would feel so awkward, and
And I don't think I would have done it if it was in Madison. Because in Chicago, I was like, I'm not going to see anyone. But if it was in Madison, I was by myself, I'd have been like, if I bumped into someone, I would have been like, oh, Aaron's taking a dump. I don't know.
You know what I have no shame about is going to the movies by myself, and I don't care if someone saw me or not. If someone saw me
No.
at the movies by myself, I was like, "Hey, do you want to?" I'd be like, "No, I'm good over here by myself. Leave me alone."
Yeah.
I made this choice.
in seeing a movie by yourself?
I've just felt, but I mean, I think some people maybe like if you. I'm just imagining like if it depends what time of day. If you're going Saturday night and at 9 p.m. and you're going and you get yourself a big bucket of popcorn and a giant soda, and some milk duds, and you've got your arms full, and then imagine running in to like a group of college friends and their wives or whatever. And then that would be a little weird. I think at that point I might pretend like, oh yeah, I got a bunch of. What are you guys going to see? Oh, I'm definitely not that one. Okay, I gotta go this way and meet my wife or whoever I'm with. But if it's Thursday afternoon, at noon or something, yeah,
who
no
cares?
shame. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's
Good call.
different for a movie.
Good call.
But I've been to like sporting events by myself, And that's
I can't say I've done that. I'm like you. I've been to 2 sporting events in my life, we'll say. I bet I can name all the professional, but aside baseball game, I've been to a lot of baseball games. Isn't that ironic? My least favorite sport, the one I enjoy the least, I've been to a million times.
Well, it's probably the easiest access because there's just
Yeah.
more baseball games.
Yeah, I've been to tons of Brewers games, went to a bunch of Dodgers games. But outside of that, I've been to 2 Packers games.
That's
And-
actually pretty good. A lot of Packers tickets are hard to get.
Yeah, my buddy, the same buddy, Connor, his dad had, tickets. So I saw a game at Lambeau, and then I saw them in Kansas City.
Oh, that's
when
right.
I was
Yeah.
traveling through. And then I saw Clippers. Me and Scott went to a Clippers game right after I moved to LA. I
What
think it
is
might be
your
the first
favorite?
basketball game I've ever been to.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's pretty impressive, right? To see like NBA basketball up close. But like
Yeah.
you don't seem impressed at all.
No, I like watching. That's probably my
Yeah,
favorite
yeah.
is watching
Yeah, yeah.
basketball.
What is your favorite in stadium arena game? Like, like they have like the kiss cam, they have the like 3 card money with the helmets, where's the ball, you know what I mean? They move it around. Do you have a favorite of those? Is there one that, cuz I imagine
Yeah.
you have baseball games just waiting for
Yeah.
the
Guess
other
the attendance.
the lamest of all the stadium games. Guess the My favorite part of guess the attendance is they'll do multiple choice,
Right. Right.
So
It's
they
A, B,
don't
or
even let
C.
you, closest to get. They're like, no, you dummies. Here's four, and they're just like very close to each other. It's like I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. It doesn't
Like
matter.
36,432, 35,337, 34,000. It's like who gives it? Who? God, what am I? Would I even be basing the guess?
Yeah. Why don't you just say guess which hand?
Right.
No,
do that.
for real, it's the racing sausages. Do they do that at
Oh.
Do they do that at all the games, or is that just a Milwaukee?
No, the racing sausages are like actual mascots running. I mean, that's
It's
that's
like people.
great.
Yeah, someone's
Yeah.
in a Polish sausage, someone's in a
No,
hot dog.
that's unique to you. We do the Mariners games that have the hydroplane races, but they were like on a big video board. So you're just rooting for a predetermined event. Everyone's like, green, green, go green. Like they just 2 seconds ago pledged allegiance to green, and then it's just a cartoon that somebody already knows what's gonna happen, and they make it really close at the end, and one spins out. You're like, god damn it, green. Should have said red.
Next game.
Next,
We're
I'll
going
get 'em
red.
next
Next game
game.
we're going red. Remind me, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go. You can take me to a concert, and I'll take you to a football game or something.
All right, that'll be fun.
One day we'll do it. Oh man, good pre-show banter.
Good
though.
pre-show banter. Oof.
Oof.
See,
Nice.
we really turned it on. That's what happens once the wax gets heated up.
once we get into the groove, baby, then it's hard to turn it
here
off.
we go.
Then I'm up all night just talking to Heidi, bothering her with topics.
Yeah.
But do you have well, let's just get into it. Do you have something you need backup on?
Do you have
Do I? Yes,
you want to
I
go
do.
first?
I
All right,
can
you
go
go first, because if we run out of time, mine are so shitty. that
Okay.
we'll do yours first.
This first one I think is just like pretty obvious and very agreeable, but so we had this party last night, just 4 people, my wife's cousin and these friends who are in a band. The same band we went and saw where I embarrassed myself and fell over in the chair and smashed the bag of chips. Yeah. So it's like, this is my chance to kind of redeem myself, we're having them over. They're bringing Indian food, and we had some cocktails. And here's the thing. It was Indian food, and there was we made this thing, like, what do you want? We'll order it. Like, Heidi and I ordered it. You guys give us your orders. Mm-hmm. And then everybody was very specific. Everybody had a different thing, And so before we ate, everybody was like, oh, I think this is yours. I think this is yours. There was no – so here's what I need backup on. If the dinner is going to be family style, where like –
was it family style?
Well, I'll just tell you in a second. But if it's going to be an expectation of sharing, that has to be made clear before the dinner begins.
No
right?
doubt.
Okay, because here's the situation I found myself in.
Oh, my God.
Everybody started like dishing out. Everyone was very specific about, I ordered this, right? So I was like, okay, it's not going to be like Chinese food and turning the lazy Susan around, take a little bit of everything. So I take my box and I dump it on my plate, which is how I serve myself. Because they know the portion sizes. Who am I to question the Indian food restaurant? It's an entree for one. I'm not going to pretend I know better than they do. They're experts. So I dump all my food on my plate. Well,
Like a big boy.
I wasn't really paying attention to what other people doing because I'm just like a pig, just inhaling my food. And then all of a
Parallel
sudden,
lives. Parallel.
parallel lives. So then all of a sudden, I notice everybody else is like, "Oh, what did you get? Oh, that looks good. Here, have a little bit of mine. Oh, have a little bit of this. Oh, yes, and it's COVID, so people be very careful not to reuse utensils. I mean, everybody's vaccinated and everything, but
Yeah.
still. And so then I start getting nervous because I have just an empty box left for me, and obviously I'm not going to scoop off of my plate. And so then somebody, our Heidi's cousin's husband, my friend Nat, he says, "Oh, did someone get the eggplant thing?" Which is what I got. And he goes, "Oh, that's so good. Yeah. Is there? I'll have a little bit of that. Like, let me have some." And I had to so I picked up the box. It's like, "Oh yeah, I wish you had told me sooner." And I kind of scraped down into the corner to make, because Indian food's very gloppy, So I was like, maybe I can make it look like I saved. And I handed the box to him, and he just looked at it. There's nothing in this box. And so
I like it how you played it off like, oh yeah, sure, here.
yeah, no, I really did, and I tried to like I thought I could get just the scrape enough together to make it look like I wasn't a giant fat pig, but and then if that was my point is, you gotta make an announcement though, right?
Yeah.
That it's family. Hey, we'll do family style, and not just before you eat, in the ordering process, so I know to order. You know what I mean?
One for you and one to share.
Yeah.
Yes,
You get it.
I do.
No, you should clarify in the ordering process. That's what I'm saying. If it's gonna be family style, you obviously agree with me. I knew you would.
Of course. Oh, that's upsetting.
Oh, but then another, then that all happens, and then Heidi's cousin Hannah, who's very nice, and she was not trying to be rude or anything, but she goes, "Oh," she's like, "That's so good what you're eating." I know I'm not gonna get any of this, but that's so good. And she's like, "It's even better
you?
than." Yeah, to me. She goes, "That's so good." And then, because she's had it before,
Right.
And then she said, "It's even better like the next day," because like the assumption that this is gonna be leftovers. Like, Anna, I hate to break it to you, I'm not gonna find out.
Oh my God. Of course.
I'm like,
I'll have to take your word for it, Mom.
I'm like on my last bite. She's like, "It's even better the next day." And it's like, sadly put down the fork and go, "Okay, I'll wait." Can I have some of yours?
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
No,
I just love picturing you. Everyone's like, "Ooh, what do we all have?" And then you just flop. All right, let me get my
No.
giant spoon.
No, we really wanted to like. It was our first time having anybody over at the house, really, for like an official party of any sort.
So was it a party or was it like a?
Yeah, it was like get together. I don't know. It's 6 people, including me and Heidi and Ginger, 7. So I don't know if it's a party, but it was kind of like what we imagined we'd do before COVID. Like now that we have a house, have people over sometimes. But then
company. You had company.
We had company. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I know. I've never said that before. We have.
Well, I only asked if it was a party because I thought you said there were only 2 other people, but there were 4 other people.
Well, yeah, there's 4 people. Yeah.
Besides you and Heidi.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So is that a party?
Yeah, sure. That's a party.
Is that a party? 6? Okay, we had a party.
Sure.
Yeah, it's more than one. Going to a concert by yourself.
Hey,
That's not a party, folks.
He said his party. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Yeah, I can't. That's.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even if they decided. Erin knows this. She's called me a selfish eater just all the time, and I can't argue it. I don't want to do family style. I don't want to share. I don't. What is wrong with us all
getting what you want?
Yeah. What are we all?
I mean, I kind of like, if I know it going in, I feel like I can play it to my advantage. especially if we're the ones doing the order, so I can see what other people ordered, and then I can like, oh, that's good. I know I'm gonna eat a lot
Yeah.
of their thing, and then I can get, because sometimes I do want like multiple dish, like I
Yeah.
can't decide. So it's nice to have a little this, little that. I understand it in concept, but yeah, I gotta know. I gotta know going in. It's
I mean,
changes
I
a lot.
literally would have, if I was you, I literally would have been like, and I had found out in advance, I would have been like, I'm getting two. I will share one, and I will eat
Um,
an entire one myself.
do you eat Indian food? Is that a nightmare for you if they're like, we're doing Indian food? Are you?
No, I like Indian food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have a go-to We almost got it yesterday, but they're closed on Mondays for some reason. But I worked at an Indian restaurant in high school. I like Indian food. Not all of it, but I have my meals that I like.
That's such a Midwestern thing to go into an Indian food restaurant and seeing Johnny Beaner working there. I don't think I've ever seen a white dude at an Indian food restaurant in my entire life. Maybe
Well,
some of
to be
them.
fair, I was a busboy. I wasn't a waiter.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, and to be fair, usually the Indian food restaurants I go to are buffets, and there aren't any waiters. So,
well,
but just the chef back there. But yeah, so anyway, I knew you would have my back. I mean, like I said, it was kind of a silly thing to even pretend it's controversial, but I don't think I did anything wrong either. I'm not even really embarrassed.
heavens
Like,
no. Heavens.
but it is just striking when you're the only one who completely emptied their box.
Yeah, see, if I was putting myself in your shoes, I would have been upset with them. Like you think listening to the story, everyone would be like, oh my gosh, Andrew.
Yeah.
But I would have been like, no, this is bullshit. This is making me look bad, and this is not fair. We all know how I am. We didn't set this up ahead of time.
Luckily, this one was totally understated. Like, it went basically unremarked upon, as opposed to me when I smashed the bag of chips and it was like a huge scene. This was pretty under the radar, and I don't think anyone picked up on it. And except for like, I almost, what? Now I'm thinking back, I should have played it off like Heidi took some. It's like, oh yeah, Heidi and I cleared this out. Sorry, like I should have done that. I wasn't even thinking.
Would she have played along, or would she have been like, I didn't have any of yours?
No, she would have sold me out probably. I didn't have any. What are you talking?
Are you trying to not
And
look
hers,
bad because you're a big pig? Is that what you're doing in front of our friends?
and it wouldn't even work too because hers was a completely different color. Mine was like bright red, and hers was like pea green, and so there would be no. It wouldn't have worked.
Honesty's the best policy.
Honesty is the best policy, and if we're
We
going,
always say that here at the Cavalry.
the cavalry,
Cavalry, the Cavalry says that too.
yeah, they're big believers in honesty.
Yeah.
So there it is. Anything? Okay, so let's hear one of your shitty ones.
All right, you got it. All right, so here's mine. So this is just a theory. See if it makes sense to you. I don't think, like right now we're in a period of nostalgia. It's a big you sell it. Nostalgia is a big thing. I don't think nostalgia will even exist in the near to distant future because there's no one's giving it a chance. Every meme, every product is being and it's just there's not going to be a chance to, I remember that, because it's going to be like, oh, that's always been available because everyone's always.
So you're saying in order for nostalgia to be created, there needs to be a period where it's absent from consciousness or whatever.
Yeah, and it's always available.
You're right, because like if you love Spider-Man, right?
If you love He-Man.
He-Man.
Were you not a He-Man guy?
Oh yeah, I was a He-Man guy. Skeletor.
Yeah, Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
See,
what is that though that you're showing me? It's a box.
It's this. That's the box. Oh, you can't see the top. It's Prince Adam on the Sky Sled.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So did you buy that for your kids?
What?
Did you buy that for your kids?
Well, here's the thing. So my son had a birthday party, or he had to go to a birthday party, and so we got it for his friend, and I got another one for us because they were on clearance. So I just got two of them.
But I mean, what do you mean for us?
For me and my children. I was really into
So
He-Man.
you have nostalgia for He-Man
Yes.
because you believe that you believe that you have it because it was gone for a while. 'Cause
Yeah, I didn't
He-Man
even
was
think
on
about
TV,
it for a while.
and then it was gone, and now it's made a return.
Yeah, they have a special called The Toys That Made Us or something like that on Netflix. It's like all the, they have a He-Man episode, they have a Star Wars episode, they have a Ninja Turtles episode. And I watched the one on He-Man, and they were showing figures that I haven't even thought about since the last time I saw. And when I saw them, I was like, oh my God. And it just like made me feel like, oh my gosh, I remember the excitement. I remember opening that figure, and it was just like, oh, that was so great. And it's just, that's not going to be a thing. My theory is.
Well,
Because, and all these, every meme is, hey, you're over 50 if you never, couldn't open a CD case or some stupid shit. I don't know. You know what I mean?
yes.
Like you're never going to be able to reminisce because it's just in your face all the time.
It's a race to bring up the thing that that we've forgotten about. Like everyone's in a race to bring it up first. Because like I saw someone like ironically talking about Pizza Rat. Remember, like that was a thing for a while in New York. There was a rat that had a big pizza. So
Wasn't
they brought it up
4 years ago.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So you're right. The time that it used to take for something to be funny to bring it, it's like now we consume culture and news and stuff so fast that you're right. Like we can call it nostalgic if it only happened 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I have nostalgia for 3 days. You know what I mean? Like I think you're right. It is shrinking. Yeah, I'll back you up on that. That's actually very interesting, and that's kind of sad because you want to think that your kids will look back and go, remember when we used to, maybe for them they'll be nostalgic for like fast food because they'll grow up and won't eat it anymore or something. And remember Dad used to take us to Taco Bell all the time, and
yeah, I remember how Dad ate McDonald's all the time. Oh, I miss him.
You think that had anything to do with his untimely demise? I guess we should probably stop eating there too.
Yeah, we should probably stop.
I saw a video about a guy. He eats like 14 Big Macs a week. Every day he has 2 Big Macs.
And has he been doing it for like years?
Yeah.
I think I heard. Where did you hear about that? Because I heard that too.
I don't know. I just saw some video. It popped up on my social media. But it was like a news report about it, and he looked horrible. He's like, I love it. This is my thing. I love Big Mac. When I like something, I stick to it. And then he had like no teeth left, and it's really doing a number on him.
Wow.
Yeah, but it made me think of my friend John.
Oh my God! Have you seen Super Size Me?
I'm familiar with it, but I've not seen it actually.
Yes, I think what he did was great. I think it's great, but I mean, he was getting a little too early in the show. I was like, come on, you got a tummy ache already? You're on day 3. You gotta pace yourself.
You're calling the guy a pussy. You're like,
I get what you're doing. We shouldn't be eating this, but come on, don't milk it. There's no need to milk it. We all know 30 days only McDonald's is terrible. You're gonna blow your load on day 3, acting like you don't feel good. I've done that.
Was this before? I know. Was this before? Was this before McDonald's had like vaguely healthy options? Because I'm with you.
They got rid of the super size, where they like ask you if you want to. Now they can't like say, do you want to make it huge or something?
But like they have salads and stuff. Like I mean, I understand they're probably not healthy salads, but I feel like if I ate the McDonald's salad and grilled chicken sandwich for 30 days, I would be fine. I might not feel great, but I wouldn't be like making a documentary about me.
Yeah, but if you're going to McDonald's to eat their salads and grilled chicken
what's
sandwich,
the point?
well, why? Yeah, what the?
Well,
fuck
I'm just trying to
McDonald's?
win. I'm just trying to win a bet at that point, I guess, is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I do that sometimes. Like, I don't go to McDonald's. I don't like it. It's just not my favorite. But
What,
uh,
McDonald's in general?
they're the only place that's consistent, especially during the pandemic. The only place that's open on the road.
Yeah.
Now it used to be I would go to like Denny's or whatever, but now I don't
Yeah.
want to eat inside a lot of times. So it's like McDonald's is like sometimes the only option. That it's like a 24-hour
Yeah.
drive-through, and I try to health it up. I do that. I get like do you have the grilled chicken sandwich? And then they'll inevitably be like, we're out of that. They're anything that I.
Yeah.
So then I get like French fries and a giant ice cream. And
We're out of it. Yes. Okay, I will have.
right.
That's what I'm going to start doing. Do you guys have the grilled chicken sandwich? Yeah, we do. Oh, well, don't worry about that. Can I get the?
Good for
I
you.
was hoping you'd say it was out so that I could justify, but I'm going to get this anyway.
Now you guys, these French fries, do you cook those in? Do you air fry those and don't use oil? No, we use oil. Okay, great. I'll have an extra large French fries. Now these hamburgers, this beef, is that USDA Prime? No. Is roadkill mostly. Okay, fantastic. I'll have 6 Big Macs, please. Roadkill ones, just to be specific.
Okay, good. I just wanted to check. All right.
No, but I'm that's a good one. I would give you backup on. We should redo Supersize Me and just see if fast food's gotten any better. Because now I am kind of mad about it. I'm like, I think I could do 30 days. Like, 30 days is not that long.
I don't know. If my wife listened to the episode where we talk about it, she'd leave me immediately.
Oh, well, it's probably not worth it.
I mean, I've talked about it before on the podcast, but like when we go to Culver's and we're like in the line, and she's like, all right, we can go to Culver's, but no red meat. I'm just like, what?
Right.
Let's just go home and make a salad from garden stuff in our fucking backyard.
I kind of but like, I would still be excited because like, I like the, like I like beef. I like meat, I like steaks and I like hamburgers and stuff, of course. But like, I feel like fast food, that's their worst thing. Like they make like super skinny burgers, like it's barely any
Yeah, but
meat.
that Culver's, it's the Butterburger place.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe Culver's is different, but like McDonald's, if you told me tomorrow McDonald's was switching to like the everything or the Impossible Burger or something, and like it wasn't gonna be real meat anymore, I'd be like, sure. What the fuck is the difference? I don't think it matters. I just want the big greasy disgusting bun and cheese and
Yeah.
the meat is like the last thing on it that's any good.
Yeah. As long as it has a lot of salt.
Yeah, there you go.
There you
Salt
go.
me up.
All right, you're up. You are up.
Okay. Man, all right. I forgot my topic, so hang on just a second. We'll cut this out.
Oh, I got the magnets, by the way. They look exactly like this.
Oh, nice. That's a good
this
size.
is a sticker. This is a sticker, but it's the same size and everything.
I assumed it was a different shit, I wrote this down.
The magnet says a good podcast at the bottom.
That's my favorite. I can't wait for people to see those. Okay, here's one that I think you'll also back me up on. But like, so everywhere now, it's like there's a issue with homelessness. It's been made worse by the pandemic. It really sucks, mostly for the homeless people, of course. But like, so when Heidi was working, she was working at a real estate place, so she had an idea to do raise money and do a project to benefit a homeless shelter and kind of like beautify it, make it somewhere more you would actually want to go to rather than sleep in a tent or something. And nobody really volunteered to help her at work, but she did get corrected by someone who said, actually, Heidi, it's not homelessness, it's people experiencing houselessness. And so what I need backup on is like the energy that we spend sometimes, and I can kind of understand some of the logic behind it, but the energy we're spending on like just changing the term of the condition that's what people would rather do than like actually fix the problem.
The problem, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the other one that kills me is like in the paper they'll call it. They don't call them homeless. They'll say urban campers. I was like, now you're making it sound too fun. This isn't
Yeah,
a.
like it's a choice.
Yeah, it's an
What do you want to
emergency
be when you
situation.
grow up? I want to be an urban camper.
Yeah, remember that summer? Dad got laid off. He took us all urban camping. Talk about nostalgia. No, but I just think it's like a you look around, like things don't change and problems don't get fixed, but then they just come up with new names for the issue, and then they it's like, okay, we were pretty compassionate there. We don't call them homeless anymore, and then
we no longer have a homeless problem. Now we have an urban camping
issue.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
I'm trying to think of another example without.
Well, yeah, no, because a lot of times I don't want to sound, because I really don't want to sound like the guy who's like, oh, this PC culture has gone too far, and we
don't want to get canceled.
Yeah, I don't want to get canceled. Yeah. No, but even like I don't have a problem with PC culture. Most of the time it's just people trying to be nice, or be empathetic, and I get that. But like when you're I don't know, it's like, especially when you're like homelessness is especially that issue in particular. It's like an emergency situation.
Yeah.
We don't need to spend time like renaming it.
Yeah, let's figure out how to fix it instead of, well, we need a committee to how we're gonna.
It does have the feeling of no one likes this problem. It's unpleasant for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And obviously it's the worst off people, the ones who are actually homeless. They're the ones who have that's the biggest problem, of course, but like it has the feeling of like, this is hard, so I'm a good person though, so I know how I'll chime in. I'll just say, hey, actually I'm not going to do anything, but you also shouldn't call them homeless. Now please leave me alone about this forever. That's what it feels like to me.
Yes, please give me credit.
And I get credit, and I'm the one. It's like, imagine like walking by a homeless person who's asking for $1, and their sign says like, "Hungry homeless, please help." And you're like, I don't have any money, but also don't call yourself homeless, okay?
Can I see your sign? You take out a Sharpie. I'm an urban camper. Can I have some money?
You take out money and you buy them a new sign and a marker. Now we've got you. Now we've got it.
There you go. You're welcome.
Hungry, houseless, please help. There you go. Now you'll get a couple bucks going.
Don't you feel better?
But I don't have any cash. I'm sorry, I don't have any cash. God, that's the greatest thing about the pandemic is like, if I literally do not have any cash. It's very guilt-free walking by people asking for money, or, sometimes you get people coming up like, hey, running the gas scam on you or whatever. It's just so easy to just go, I don't have any cash. There's no cash. I have no cash. So good luck out there.
Good luck out there. I just have cards with high limits.
Yeah.
I wish I could help.
Yeah. I like that. Is anyone actually going to an ATM? Like, yeah, this person says they ran out of gas at 2 a.m. at this gas station. I'll walk with them to an ATM and put in my code while they look over my shoulder.
Right.
That sounds safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Whenever that happens, I always wonder, do they get, how often do they get a sucker?
I remember that
it is a scam, and
first time. Well, that's the thing. The first time I remember, I was at Northgate Mall in Seattle. The first time that happened to me, I was like in high school or in college or someone, and it just I immediately clocked it. I'd never even heard of it before, but I immediately clocked it. I was like, this doesn't seem right. I don't think this person needs gas. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there something fishy about it, right? And my friend Peter Nye was like, he always gives them whatever they ask for. He's like, it's $20. I give him $20. And he's like, I just can't take it if there's a chance, even if it's like a 1% chance. If there's a 1% chance that guy actually does need gas to get to his daughter's graduation or whatever it is, the story is.
Yeah.
Then I have to give him the $20. And if it was a scam, then he got me or whatever. And I'm like, I'm the opposite. Where if there's a 1%, even if I was convinced it was real, if there's a 1% chance this is a scam, it's like I can't have my money going to a scammer. It makes me so angry. Like every time, if I have money and someone's just like, "Hey, I need some money for food or whatever," yeah, I'll give them money because it's like the honesty is like so.
You're not being played. You're not being made a fool.
Yeah, it's an ego thing that I have.
Yeah.
It's like I can't stand it to know someone they think that they got me.
Right.
Like I almost want to give them money. Like, hey, I know this isn't for gas. I'm gonna give you money, but I know this isn't for gas.
No, you got to make them say it. Be like, I'll give you this, but you got to tell me the truth of what you're going to do with this.
But see, I don't think they'd break. I think they get insulted.
Well, then I'd be like, all right, I'm not giving it to you. I'm sorry. I'm not giving it to you until you tell me.
What a weird standoff that would be.
It'd be fun to watch.
Yeah. So I guess my point is like we can rename homelessness or houselessness after we actually get people some homes and houses.
Yeah.
That would be.
We can rename what it was.
What
when
it was.
Existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be nostalgic for the days
of the urban campers.
Remember when we used to have urban camping?
But we didn't call it that.
No.
That would have been. All right. All right. Here's my other one. Okay.
Yeah.
So this I'm assuming this is an easy one. So let's say, I don't have throw anyone under the bus, but let's say it's a husband and a wife. Okay.
Yeah.
And one of them is taking forever to get ready to get out the door. Okay.
Yes.
You're trying to get somewhere on a specific timeline, and one of you is taking forever, like forever.
Right.
And you're waiting, or the other one is waiting. The other one is waiting, and it's just ridiculous. One of them is in the car just waiting, and the other one gets in and is like, all right, let's go. And then the one that was ready on time and was trying to hurry things along was like, oh, I forgot my glasses. Hang on. Runs in, grabs their sunglasses. Now, it is not that person's fault that you're late, correct?
100%. 100%. Because you would have gotten the glasses, if let's say the other, not you, but one person would have got, I don't know why we're doing it in this ridiculous way. But let's keep up the pretense.
Person A,
person A would have gotten their glasses at the appropriate time. You would have remembered the same way. It was just took you actually pulling out of the driveway, or one person pulling out of the driveway to realize it. So yeah, no, of course, person A was not the reason why.
Okay, good.
You were late.
I just needed to get that out on wax.
I really relate to person A in that situation. Parallel lives. Oh my god.
Parallel lives.
And I hate that it's a cliche. Me and my wife talk about this all the time. But I hate that the cliche exists. I hate it because it just makes us so stupid and it makes us so typical. But yeah, like she takes forever. I'm waiting for her. It's the truth. It's the truth for us. I don't know what it is. Seems to be true for a lot of other people in those gender stereotypes. Right. I wish it wasn't true. I wish it was reversed. I really do. But that's just the facts.
I had a bit about it, and I'm whatever. I thought it was clever. I don't even remember what it was now, but I remember my manager, when I had a manager, he was like, you don't do that. He was like, that's been done. It's been done. And I was like, yeah, but my way is original, unique, or whatever. I was, so I just tossed it. But like, it made me think, like, you ever have that happen where like something, like there's like a bit or something so funny, someone has a bit that's just so funny, and then that happens to you, and you're just like,
yeah,
I can't do anything with it. I can't even tell anyone about it because it doesn't matter.
Right, this joke already,
because this joke is already out there.
This joke was my life before my life happened.
But even not cliche ones, but like even super specific ones, it's just like, oh my god, it's infuriating.
The joke I think about more than anything else in life is, because you see it in the world so often, is the Mitch Hedberg broken escalator.
Mhm.
The sorry for the convenience, it's like they
Yeah.
just become stairs. And because every time you see, like at the airport, there's almost always one. It's like that joke is just always in my head because I see it. It's not like even close to my favorite Mitch Hedberg joke. It's
Right.
funny, but it's like it's just always. And the other one that's constant.
Is it a Mitch Hedberg one?
No, but what's okay?
Okay.
You go next. Say
Well, I
your
was gonna
Mitch
say
Hedberg.
the one that to mine is also a Mitch Hedberg one, and it's his joke about he's like when he says that he thought of a joke but he didn't have a pen, and so he just has to convince himself that the idea wasn't funny enough to write down. I just like so
That's so
relate to
funny.
that because I'm just like, or like it's not like you can't find a pen, but I'm like, oh, I had an idea, it was so funny, and I didn't write it down. It
Yeah,
probably wasn't
it
funny.
probably wasn't very good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the other joke is a Gaffigan joke, and it's when he talks about you ever see a movie
Oh, way
that's like
later.
way late,
Talking
and
about
then
heat.
but I want to talk about Heat now, and no one else wants to talk about that because we're like late to a lot of TV shows. I feel like TV shows now is like the way it
Yeah.
works, and yeah, and like you want to talk, and then everybody's like, I kind of remember it. I don't know. No,
And
but
you're
do you
like, but I
see
just saw it.
episode 3? It's so crazy. They're like, I don't. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. But you're right. It's like that's so I'm constantly thinking about that. But the thing that I wanted to ask you too was your manager would tell you specific jokes that they liked or didn't like. That's odd to me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he would be like, that's because it's not like, oh, I don't like that joke, but like that's not gonna
Yeah. So
impress
like
him. That's not gonna get
in
you
the term of like
in terms of
preparing for a
like trying to get
specific.
on Conan or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
put that in the set.
Okay. I guess
No.
that's more reasonable. But that would we were talking last night, but about like getting feedback and getting criticism, and I was like, it is, and like comics, I think are probably maybe the worst
Yeah,
about like
taking it.
accepting, yeah,
Yeah.
taking it, like, because you want to be honest with people, and you want to say like, that, like if I was on a show with someone and I saw a joke, it's like, that one's been done before, you might want to, or that's kind of hacky or whatever. But I would never say that because no one's gonna receive that with the energy no matter
Right.
how positive you frame it or how like, hey, it's
Yeah.
just you just can't do it because no one's gonna hear it well.
Right.
Comedians especially, it just
Yeah. Oh, I totally agree.
so anyway. But wait, what did you need backup on? I forgot.
Person A and person B.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Oh,
You're so right.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I know.
You backed me up.
Sometimes I do it on purpose. Sometimes like we'll be. I also like. Okay, this is the other thing I was gonna ask. So person A, the move there was to wait in the car, to just show how ready you are.
Well,
Because I feel like that's almost like, to me when I do that, like when I that's like it's like
that's
aggressive.
passive aggressive.
Yeah, like she's like, okay, I'm hurt, and like I
Well, that
literally
might have
waited
been
outside.
after. That might have been after being told to get you're rushing me. You can't be here. Can you just?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. If you're standing by the door, it's like, well, what do you? I mean, you can't. There's no winning. You can't.
No, I know. There isn't. And then like I want to like sometimes I like try to help speed,
Mhm.
you know,
You can't
like,
do that.
oh, can I get this for you or what if I but then like now you talk about like person A talks about making person B late. I do it on sometimes like if we're not trying to get somewhere but it's just like we're going for a walk, let's say. And even that's like a big process now cuz they got to
Mhm.
get the dog leashed up, got to get Ginger in the carrier or the stroller, and then Heidi needs like the sunglasses and the sunscreen and the whole just to go for a walk, right?
Yeah.
So I'll often wait outside and I'll have Ginger in the stroller and Trudy just waiting, to go, waiting for Heidi. And then like if I've forgotten something, I revel in it. I love it. Like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go inside, and
See
you're
how
gonna wait
you
out here
like
for
it.
a while. See how you like it.
Yeah.
And then she does. She's like immediately gets annoyed. She's like, oh yeah, this is annoying.
You just reminded me. I can't believe because the whole time we were doing pre-show banter, I was like, I feel like there's more. I feel like there's something more. I just realized we have a new puppy that I didn't even mention.
Oh my God, really?
We have a new puppy. His name is Greg.
Greg?
So we have Batman and Greg.
Batman and Greg. Who named it Greg? Or did
Edie
it come
came
as
up with the
Greg?
name. Edie came up with the. It's a puppy.
Okay.
Edie came up with the name because that's the main character of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. She likes those books and movies.
Oh, gotcha. Greg the puppy. What kind of
Greg
dog?
is a terrier mix.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's exciting. Are you happy
Yeah.
about it? Or are you, because I know you were like on the fence about more animals.
Yeah, no, I he's a sweetheart. I mean, it's having a puppy is so. I mean, aside from the training, that's like the best time in a dog's life. You know,
It's all downhill from here, Greg.
because we're all playing with Greg, and Batman's just laying there on his side, all fat, and he's just like, "That's your future, buddy." But anyways, yeah, da. We're still excited about you.
That is like, that dynamic is weird, when you get a new dog and you still have your old dog. Because today, because Trudy, I always think of her, it's funny, because we got her when she was like 3 or 4, maybe. We don't really know at the adoption place.
Yeah.
But then I always think of her like young. I always think of her like we just got her. I don't know why, but somehow that
Well,
time
how
in
old
my
is
life
she?
frozen. So now she's closer to like 7 or 8. So she's not like
Okay.
old, but she definitely has like old dog mannerisms. Like she's not super like playful with other dogs.
Yeah.
And today we were walking back from the park, and this woman had a bigger dog, and Trudy was sniffing. They were sniffing each other on the leash and stuff. And I
The
didn't.
buttholes.
Yeah, they went butthole
Oh,
a
okay,
little bit,
cool,
but
cool.
Trudy's very, she's a selfish sniffer, because she'll like go straight for their butthole, but if they try to come for her, she gets all like, "How dare you!" She's like, just twists her butt around, like,
Manners.
no, we just met, but then she'll sniff their butthole. So it's very selfish of her. But she called her this woman, other dog owner, called our dog Gran. Like Granny, like,
No.
oh, nice. Oh, there's Gran. Hi, Gran. It's like, and then both Heidi and I are very offended. Like, she's not a Gran. Okay, she's a young spry.
I've never even heard Gran as a short,
I know.
as an abbreviation of grandma or granny.
Gran. Yeah, I've heard it, I think, but yeah, no, it's kind of a weirdo thing.
Oh.
Anyway, so I'm there. There's a weird thing when you have the young dog and then you have your older dog, and then it's just like a reminder of the circle of life.
Yes. Yep. I was like, all right, before we get this dog, we got to make sure we give Batman lots of love leading up to it. And once the puppy's here, got to give Batman lots of love. And I don't know if that's happening at the level I was meaning for us all to do that at. Batman's probably like, why is Johnny being nicer to me now than he ever has?
Yeah, it's like very suspicious.
Yeah, it's like you're just trying to not be a huge asshole.
Well, it's the same. It was the same thing before Ginger came with Trudy. We were like being really nice to Trudy, and okay, we're gonna give her extra attention, all this stuff. She's like, something's wrong.
Yeah, something's up.
Something bad is about to happen. It's like, oh shit! Now there's a baby.
Oh, baby,
God damn it! I gotta get out of here. Okay. Well, yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm gonna do that more often. It's like intentionally leave behind sunglasses and then run in and test these waters.
See, but that's a good point, because that's like, oh, that's out of spite. Like, oh, now you're gonna wait for me. Whereas when I did it, or when person A did it, person B was like, oh, we are running late as a team, and you don't have your glasses.
Yeah, it takes a lot of. Is hubris the right word? I don't know if I'm using that word correctly, but hubris, I'm gonna say. What was person A and person B hypothetically?
A lot of patience. What?
What was person A and person B hypothetically going to?
I don't. I think we were going to Milwaukee to go to. So it was like a long drive ahead of us, but I can't remember what, because this is a little peek behind the curtains. This topic's been in here for a while.
And we'll talk about that more on post-show banter. Yeah. All right. That was a good.
Well, should we wrap it up? Should we
wrap it up there? And yeah, a good reminder: post-show banter, Patreon. We have a new episode up on the Patreon, a new full-length bonus ep where Johnny and I quizzed each other on our weakest issues. Mine is music, as we talked about in the show, and Johnny,
can you believe it?
Is sports. We did a quiz with hilarious results.
Yes.
So join the Patreon, leave a comment, come see our shows, live shows at comedy clubs, as long as they still let us do it. And you know what I'm going to start saying? You can just see all my dates on andrewcomedy.com. I don't need to play this game.
JohnnyBeaner.com. Our websites look identical except for the picture of the person.
That is the weirdest thing. Okay, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that in post-show banner, because we've not actually discussed how it's possible our websites look so similar and our lives. It is just like a bizarro multiverse thing. But that's it. Thanks, everybody, for listening
to the Cavalry.